All right, good morning, boys and girls, and today you're going to be working on possessive nouns. So you're going to take this possessive noun sheet and you're going to cut it. Now I'm not going to cut today just because I only have a certain amount of sheets, but I want to show you what this would look like. So when you cut it, you're going to cut the big square out. So it'll eventually look like this in my notebook. Now, when you are done cutting the big square out, do not glue it down. Then I want you to cut, there's a black line here where it says most nouns. You're going to cut that piece. Then you're going to cut the black line that says two nouns, share, and cut that piece. So you'll have some flaps. Then you're going to go and cut the black lines that would make the flap for most nouns. And then the one that's plural, plurals don't end in S. And two nouns do not share. So you should have 5 flaps by the end. Now, when you glue, you need to be sure that you're gluing correctly. So you're going to glue on the back of where it says singular, where it says possessive nouns, and where it says plural. So, singular, possessive nouns, and plural. So on the back of that. So if I'm having my sheet and it's all cut out, I would be gluing on this kind of like a sideways Z, and so that would be glued down. Alright, once you have it glued down, we're going to learn the lesson part of it. So you can pause the video and glue it and cut it if you need to right now. Otherwise, here is the lesson. So, possessive nouns, singular nouns are most nouns and two nouns share. So most nouns such as girl, car, street, kitten, Laura, those, if you are going to add a possessive, and remember possessive nouns show ownership. So on the bottom of your notebook, you can write, possessive nouns show ownership. So underneath most nouns flap, to show ownership of most nouns, you add an apostrophe and then an S. So for girl, it would be girl apostrophe S. For car, it would be car apostrophe S. For Laura, it'd be Laura apostrophe S. So when it's most nouns, you just add the apostrophe S. Now, if you have a sentence that has two nouns and it's sharing whatever it is owning, you have to add an apostrophe S after the second noun only, if they share one thing. So in the example, Mindy and Tom's car, it's only after, the apostrophe S is only after Tom because they share the car. So make sure you write underneath that, add apostrophe S after second noun only. Now make sure you remember that singular means one and plural means more than one. So those two were the singular nouns. Now we're going to go to the plural nouns, the more than one nouns. So most nouns, if they're plural, such as boys, trucks, hats, animals, boxes, you are going to add just an apostrophe after the S that's already there. So if it's saying boys as more than one boys, and you're talking about their cars or something, you would have boys and then put your apostrophe. Without an S, you just put the apostrophe after the S. Same with trucks. It ends with an S, it's more than one truck, so you have to just put your apostrophe after your S. Plurals that don't end in S, such as women, children, geese, and aircraft. So if you're saying the women's march, you would have the apostrophe S because it is the women are owning it. So it's an apostrophe S. The children's room, you would have children apostrophe S. So make sure you write that in your notebook. And then finally, when two nouns that don't share, so if you're talking about Mindy and Tom, and they both have their own car, so it's Mindy's and Tom's cars, so it's cars is plural, you have to put an apostrophe on both Mindy and Tom, apostrophe S. So it would go add an apostrophe S after each noun. So Mindy apostrophe S to make Mindy's, Tom apostrophe S to make Tom's, and then cars, because they have two cars. So you can color it if you have time at the station. Otherwise, make sure you have all of the notes written down. You can use my notebook as a guide. I have it there for that reason. But make sure that you know what possessive nouns are, and those are nouns that show ownership. And then make sure you have all of the different ways that you would do it. It's either adding apostrophe S, adding an apostrophe, or adding an apostrophe S to both of the two nouns. All right?